Welcome to Live Interactive English. Hello everyone, I'm Mike.
And hello, I'm Rainbow.
And my skin is very normal and smooth and not bumpy right now, but that could change at any moment because we're talking about goosebumps. Yes, now this is not a skin problem. You don't have to see a doctor when you have goosebumps. It's not like pimples or a rash. No, it's something that kind of happens sometimes because you get cold or something like that.
Or scared.
Or scared, yeah. What gives you goosebumps? So when was the last time you had goosebumps you can remember?
Air conditioning.
Air conditioning.
When you walk into air conditioning.
So there your skin is suddenly very cold and it does this weird thing. All these tiny little bumps appear and you can see them and they just like show up in a few seconds. And raises up, and then once you get warm or the situation changes, magically they just go away. So like we said, it's not a medical problem. You don't need to put cream on or take a medicine. No, goosebumps just come and then they go, and often it's because you get cold skin suddenly. For me, the ones I always remember, music. Music gives me goosebumps.
Emotion.
If I hear a song that really, I love this song or I love this part of the song, it isn't connected to one special memory. It's just something about that really touches me emotionally.
It's like your soul.
And I get goosebumps. Yeah. And it's kind of cool when you play a song to someone, they've never heard the song, and right at the same moment, they're like, oh, I get goosebumps. You're like, yes, me too. That's always really cool and special, at least for me. But here's an interesting thing. Why do we get these goosebumps, right? You might get them when you suddenly get cold. I might get them during my favorite part of a song, but it's the same thing that's going on with our bodies. What is happening there?
Something's changing inside there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe our skin's trying to protect us or something.
It's one of those sort of mysteries of science, but we have sort of an explanation for you.
Ooh.
So let's get into Goosebumps Explained. Why does our skin get bumpy? Good question. Question. Which of the following can cause goosebumps to form? A. Emotions. B. Tiredness. C. Hunger. D. Pain. Have you ever noticed the small bumps that appear on your skin when you feel cold or scared? Well, they are called goosebumps because they make our skin look like that of a goose. Goosebumps occur when tiny muscles under our skin contract in response to cold temperatures or strong emotions. When the muscles contract, the attached hairs are raised and goosebumps are formed. This response is automatic, so we don't control it. All right, yes, Goosebumps Explained. Why does our skin get bumpy with goosebumps? There's other reasons your skin might get bumpy, but here we're talking about goosebumps because they suddenly appear and there's lots of them. Often if your skin gets bumpy, it might just be like 1 or 2 pimples or something. But no, here we're talking about many little raised things, and that is basically what a bump is. It's a small raised area in a part of your body or in somewhere that's mostly flat, and suddenly it pops up, it goes up. If you hit your head, ow, 20 minutes later you might feel, oh yeah, it's like a rounded place right on my head, right where I banged it on the door or something. That is a bump. There could be a bump on the ground. If you take the MRT, they often have little bumps there, and that's for people who are blind. They can kind of feel where they can walk. And actually, blind people also read using bumps on paper or other things, right? Braille, that is a language made with little raised ridges, raised areas, little bumps. Okay, we're not talking about a hill, we're not talking about a mountain, it's something much smaller, it's a bump. For example, I walked into a wall and now there's a bump on my head. Why are they walking into a wall?
Maybe they're on their phone.
That's a weird thing to do. But yes, if you do hit your head on a wall or a door or a window or the ceiling, you will probably get a bump. So let's look at our question all about goosebumps.
Question. Which of the following can cause goosebumps to form? Answer choice A. Emotions. B. Tiredness. C. Hunger. D. Pain.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it might be A, but let's get into it. Here's our question. Have you ever noticed the small bumps that appear on your skin when you feel cold or scared? There's another emotion that might cause goosebumps. Also being cold might do it as well. Well, they are called goosebumps because they make our skin look like that of a goose. Now, I just learned from my friends here that in Chinese, it's more like chicken skin.
Bone.
And I think in French, they also name it after chickens rather than geese. But the idea is here, if you take a goose or a chicken and you pull out all the feathers, like one you just bought at the market, to cook, well, you don't want to eat the feathers, right? You know, you don't eat the feathers. But you pull out all the feathers, it has little bumps where the feathers were joined. And then if you sort of feel the skin of the chicken, it won't be smooth like ours. It'll have those little bumps. So goosebumps, chicken bumps. I guess you could call them duck bumps.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you eat ducks, but that's the idea. That's the thing that it's very similar to.
Goosebumps occur when tiny muscles under our skin contract in response to cold temperatures or strong emotions.
All right, so it seems the answer is A, emotions cause goosebumps.
So it could be two options, cold temperatures or strong emotions, which we talked about in the intro. Okay, so our muscles are these things that everybody has inside of their bodies. Show them your muscles.
I don't have muscles.
We have little muscles.
Well, I have muscles because I'm standing up.
Yes,
right?
they help us. They help us to have strength and keep our bodies straight, and we need muscles to move.
The moving parts of your body.
The
parts
moving
that
parts.
move.
And you can go to the gym to train them. You can have huge muscles. That's what some people do. Gary has been going to the gym for 3 months, and his muscles are much bigger.
Okay,
Gary is
so
buff.
of course there's those muscles you might exercise, but your tongue is a muscle.
Your face has
Your
muscles.
heart is a muscle. I think the most muscles in your body in one area, your lips. Right? So you can do lots of little things. But then there's the big muscles like in your arms, in your legs, in your butt, in your bum. There's big muscles there too. But all of them help you move, help your body do things like that. And we also have this word response. A response is what happens when something else happens. If I ask you a question and you answer, that is your response. If I take a basketball and I throw it at your face really quickly and you cover your face, or you're very quick and you catch it very quickly, that is your response. So when A happens, the B thing that happens because of A is the response. We could also actually use this word for an answer. I asked him a question, but I didn't hear his response. I didn't hear his answer. But of course, to have a response, an answer of any kind, you have to have a question or an action to happen first. So it is a natural response to cry when you feel very sad, or a natural response to go, ow, when you hurt yourself or something. But of course, one thing happens before the response. Back to the article. When the muscles contract or pull together or get smaller, the attached hairs are raised and goosebumps are formed. You will notice if you get goosebumps, not only is there a bump, but you can see the hairs on your arm rise up a bit. So suddenly the hair is a little bit higher off the skin. This response is automatic, so we don't control it. Just like raising your hands to protect your face, closing your eyes to protect your eyes. Goosebumps are automatic. Your brain isn't going, okay, time for goosebumps. Or you don't say, I think I should have goosebumps now. It just happens by itself. It's automatic.
Exactly. And automatic means something that happens by itself. Auto is by itself, automatic. So if you have an automatic car, that means that, oh, it's starting by itself. Automatic response, oh, you're not controlling it. Nobody is telling anybody to do it, and it is doing it by itself. Shaking is an automatic response to feeling scared.
I can't stop shaking, even though I know I'm safe. Yeah, because it's automatic. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll be back with more Bumps of the Goose.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的课程要来看看为什么我们会起鸡皮疙瘩。 Goosebumps 就是指鸡皮疙瘩，它固定用复数形。那其中的 bump，B-U-M-P， 它可以指隆起块、肿块。我们如果在 bump 后面加上形容词字尾 y 变成 bumpy， 它就可以形容有凸块的、凹凸不平的。那么 Mike 老师刚刚在讲解时，他有提到这个 braille 就是指盲文点字，因为它都是凸起来一点一点的嘛。好，那么同学们有没有注意到，当你觉得冷或者是感到害怕时，皮肤上会出现凸起的小硬块呢？在中文里面，它们被称为鸡皮疙瘩，但是在英文里面称为 goosebumps。鹅的凸块，因为这时候皮肤看起来就像鹅的皮肤。好，那么课文有提到说，当我们皮肤下的微小肌肉对寒冷的气温或是强烈的情绪起了反应而收缩时，就会产生鸡皮疙瘩。当这个肌肉收缩时，附着的毛发就会竖起，然后会形成鸡皮疙瘩。而这样的反应是不自觉的，我们没有办法控制它。好，单字 muscle 就表示肌肉。Rainbow 老师在讲解单字时，他有提到 buff 这个形容词 ，buff 可以形容体型健美的、身材精壮的。下一个单字 response 表示回应、反应。In response to something 可以表达作为对什么的回应。那么 automatic 它是形容词，形容不自觉的、无意识的或者是自动化的。这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。这边用来学习 that， 它可以用来代指前面提到的单数名词。那如果是要代指复数名词的话，我们会用到 those。举例来说 ，The perimeter of the square is equal to that of the rectangle。这个正方形的周长和那个长方形的周长相等。好，那这时候呢，句子里面的 that 是用来取代前面提过的 the perimeter 周长。接华课文中。
We get goosebumps because of our ancestors. For animals, puffing up their fur or feathers can help them survive, as it makes them look bigger. This helps them scare off enemies. It also traps air to keep them warm. Our ancestors had lots of body hair, so this reflex was quite useful for them. Although modern humans have less hair, we still have the reflex, which can be seen when we get goosebumps. Goosebumps are more complex than they first appear. They're the human body's natural response to certain feelings or cold temperatures, and they're also a cool link to our past. All right, we are back with our goosebumps. We're finding out what is going on. Well, it's an automatic response from your body. Your skin contracts, the hair stands up, and this is something that happens maybe when you're scared, when you're feeling emotions, or when your skin is suddenly very cold. But how did this become something that humans do? It says we get goosebumps because of our ancestors. And no, I don't mean your grandfather or your great-grandmother. I mean your ancestors going back thousands and thousands of years, your ancient ancestors, or even your non-human ancestors. Yeah, getting back to monkeys and other animals that were related to millions of years back. For animals, many kinds of animals, puffing up their fur or feathers can help them survive, as it makes them look bigger. I know that my cat, when he's trying to look tough, he'll raise his fur and they kind of turn sideways and he's still very cute. But yes, he thinks he looks tough. And of course, the raised fur makes them look bigger and more dangerous, right? So that's the idea here. When we talk about fur, this noun is basically the hair of an animal. Okay, so if you're a human, you have hair. You have hair on your arms, your legs, maybe your face if you're a man, and of course, on your head too. An animal, it is hair. It basically does the same thing that ours does, keeps us warm and protects us, but we don't say my dog has long hair. We may say my dog has long fur. All right, so fur on an animal, hair on a person. For example, the rabbit's fur is very soft and warm. Aw, fluffy little bunny.
This action helps them scare off enemies. It also traps air to keep them warm. Our ancestors had lots of body hair, so this reflex was quite useful for them. Although modern humans have less hair, we still have the reflex, which can be seen when we get goosebumps. That totally makes sense.
Very, very interesting. So if we were cavemen or early humans,
our hair would be standing
our hair would get bigger and we'd look scarier or something like that. But we don't have the hair, but our body, our skin at least, thinks we still do. So it still tries the same trick. Goosebumps are more complex than they first appear. So they're more complicated than they first appear than what you might first think. They are the human body's natural response to certain feelings or cold temperatures, and they're also a cool link to our past.
Very cool.
Yeah, that is pretty neat.
Interesting.
So
I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Mike, when was the last time you got goosebumps?
I remember getting goosebumps just a little bit earlier. I was listening to some music at home. Yeah, there's certain songs, even if I've heard the songs hundreds of times, in the right time, in the right place, in the right mood, I will still get goosebumps. How about you?
I think I got goosebumps the other day, maybe 2 days ago, when I was thinking about my grandma.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, happy thoughts.
It was like feeling like she was here with me.
Ooh, happy, but also slightly strange and mysterious. Or maybe it was another time when I, got out of the shower and the air conditioning was on and your skin does that thing too. So very interesting. Try to notice the next time you guys get goosebumps.
Observe.
And, why is that happening? And why is it different from other situations? Anyway, take care of yourselves, your hair, your fur, each other, and we'll see you back here soon. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
我们会起鸡皮疙瘩，是因为我们的祖先对动物来说让这个皮毛或者是羽毛膨胀，有助于生存，因为那会让它们看起来更庞大，可以帮助吓跑敌人，还可以储存空气来保暖。那我们的祖先有很多的体毛，所以这种反射动作对他们来说非常有用。那虽然现代人的毛发比较少，但我们还是有这种反射动作。从我们起鸡皮疙瘩这种毛发竖起就可以看出这一点，这就算是我们跟过去有一个很酷的联系。好，单字 fur 它是指动物的这个毛皮软毛。那么 Mike 老师这时候用到 fluffy。Fluffy 是形容松软的、蓬松的。好，那补充单字 ancestor 它是指祖先。Reflex 它表示反射动作、本能反应，是个名词。那这边有2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，这边我们来看第一个重点是 because of 跟 because 的比较。because of 跟 because 都可以用来指出原因，用来表达因为怎么样、由于怎么样。那注意 because of 它是片语介系词，后面要接名词或动名词。那么 because 它是连接词，后面是要接子句。我们就来看一组例句。The parade was cancelled because of bad weather. 那场游行因为天气不好而取消了。现在如果我们用连接词 because 来改写，那可以写作 The parade was cancelled because the weather was bad. 好，那第二个重点是 puff something up， 这表示使膨胀鼓起。那么 puff 在这边当动词，表示使膨胀肿胀的意思，后面常常会接 up。举例来说 ，The girl puffed her cheeks up in anger。那个女孩气愤地鼓起脸颊，像这样。好，那么以上今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Question.Which of the following can cause goosebumps to form? A. Emotions. B. Tiredness. C. Hunger. D. Pain. Have you ever noticed the small bumps that appear on your skin when you feel cold or scared? Well, they are called goosebumps because they make our skin look like that of a goose. Goosebumps occur when tiny muscles under our skin contract in response to cold temperatures or strong emotions.When the muscles contract, the attached hairs are raised, and goosebumps are formed. This response is automatic, so we don't control it. We get goosebumps because of our ancestors. For animals, puffing up their fur or feathers can help them survive, as it makes them look bigger. This helps them scare off enemies. It also traps air to keep them warm. Our ancestors had lots of body hair, so this reflex was quite useful for them.Although modern humans have less hair, we still have the reflex, which can be seen when we get goosebumps. Goosebumps are more complex than they first appear. They're the human body's natural response to certain feelings or cold temperatures, and they're also a cool link to our past.
Here's how to play. The host will be holding 3 cards. Each card will have 2 sentences containing a secret vocabulary word or phrase that has been replaced by the word bear. The host will read the sentences out loud for the contestants to guess. Whoever guesses first gets a point. The person with the most points wins. And you can play along too.
Hi everyone, I'm Steven.
I'm Winnie.
And I'm Matt.
We're gonna play Guess the Bear. Here we go. All right, this is a verb. You guys ready for this one? Number 1, Frank bared to oversleep despite his alarm. Number 2, the boring speech bared on for 2 more hours.
Went, managed, continued.
Oh, there you go. You know, you gotta have to actually try. All right, so Winnie, 1 point. Let me repeat that. So number 1, Frank continued to oversleep despite his alarm. Number 2, the boring speech continued on for 2 more hours. All right, next one is a noun. Number 1, Wayne starts every bear with a formal greeting. Number 2, my parents and I had a long bear about my future.
Meeting?
Talk,
Discussion?
chat, lesson,
Keep going, guys are getting close.
meeting.
Wayne starts every
Day,
bear with a
lesson,
formal
meeting.
greeting. My parents and I had a long bear
Discussion.
about my future.
Talk,
Chat, meet.
chat, conversation.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give you guys this one. Okay, it's conversation.
I just said that.
You did?
Yeah.
Say that. Oh, I'll give it to Matt. I'm just kidding.
okay.
Sorry, it was too many wrong guesses. I got confused. Number 1, Wayne starts every conversation with a formal greeting. And number 2, my parents and I had a long conversation about my future. So each of you have 1 point. This is the tiebreaker. Phrase, 2 words. That dress only bears bear for important events. Number 2, the Christmas tree only bear in December at our house.
Goes up. Suits. One more
Is-
time.
That dress only bears bear for important events. Number 2, the Christmas tree only bear in December at our house.
Comes out.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of lack of guessing on Matt's part. Okay, so that dress only comes out for important events. And number 2, the Christmas tree only comes out in December at our house. The winner of today's round is Winnie.
Ding, 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 ding. Good game, good game. Thank you.
Matt should try guessing more next time.
I've already ruled out all those guesses because they don't work grammatically.
Oh, wow. The claws have come out.